to him. He did the worm. This is an average worm for someone that you know is a good athlete, to be honest with you.
And this is the worm. If a worm had extremely stiff hips and kneecaps. Hashtag C for effort. Trendzone. Welcome to the Trendzone presented by Mercedes-Benz. I'm your boy Hawk as always. And we kick today's show off by showing love to Teddy Bridgewater, AKA Teddy TD. That's right, the man is 3-0 since taking over for Drew Brees, and he's beaten the Seahawks, he's beaten the Cowboys, and he's beaten the red-hot Buccaneers. That's not that great, but still, he's undefeated, and he's doing what he has to do down in New Orleans. The wild thing about Teddy is that he's out here balling after when just a few years ago, he almost had his leg amputated after a devastating knee injury with the Vikings. Okay, he's kept the Saints in the driver's seat in the NFC, all while Brees is out. And on Sunday, he had the dome rocking. And after the game, he caught up with prime time because since he balled, he got the call.
26 for 34, man, 314 yards, 4 TDs, man. Hey, dude, when you took over for Drew Brees, everyone was saying, hey, man, can you just win us 3 games and we'll split? You have been dominating, man, and I'm proud of you, boss.
Man, this team, man, it's a special team. Guys work hard. They come to work every day, demanding greatness out of each other. And Drew has set the standard here. And so, we all just live by the standard. We all demand greatness from each other, and it keeps us all motivated every day.
Well, you got a head coach that I'm crazy about, Sean Payton. You got Drew Brees over there. How much are they in your ear saying, okay, we don't need you to be Drew. We just need you to be the best Teddy that you can be?
Definitely. That's been the message. And that's been my message to the guys, man. Just be you. Be the best version of yourself that you can be. And just having Drew here still, man, just been very beneficial to me. Drew always tell me, man, just be Teddy. Completions are good. And that's been, ringing in my ear every day I go out there and practice. And when I go out there and play on Sundays, just take completions and live with the results.
Oh, man, that's what I tell my son. Take what they give you. And it seems like you're taking what they give you. And they gave you Michael Thomas all day. I think one of the best receivers in the league. And he's open 11 receptions for $182.
Yeah, man. That guy's becoming like 7-Eleven. He's always open. But he's the guy, man. Mike works extremely hard. We're glad he's on our team. He's one of the best wide receivers in this league. And, it's very confident as a quarterback when you can just walk out of the huddle, see a guy like Mike Thomas with that fire in his eye, and know that, man, if you throw it to Mike, it's going to be Mike Thomas' ball and no one's ball. So it's very confident.
Man, everybody, we know you guys are good enough to get to the championship game and you have all the intangibles. But, man, you're making it hard because, Drew coming back, but you sit up there balling like this, I mean, it's going to be hard. Sooner or later, you're going to want your own thing. Hey, guys, it's been good.
Nah, man, it's one of those deals for me, man. Just got to live in the moment, man. Opportunity has arrived for me, and I'm just appreciative of this opportunity, man. I've been through a lot these past couple of years, and just to be able to continue to show that I can play in this league and play this game, I'm enjoying this process, and I'm enjoying, being in this locker room.
Well, the NFL is on notice. You are not a backup, my brother. You are a starter, man, and I'm proud of you. You balled and you got the call, man. Keep up the good work.
I appreciate that, Prime.
Speaking of balling, my guy, Christian McCaffrey, a.k.a. Run CMC, a.k.a. Lil Sweet, is single-handedly putting the running back position on his back and carrying them into the MVP conversation. For the first time since 2012, when Adrian Peterson won it. Okay, chances are if he's on your fantasy team, you'll probably be in first place. But since I don't care about your fantasy team, I'm going to go into this stat that may or may not get you excited. He has the second most fantasy points in fantasy football history through a first 5 weeks, trailing only Priest Holmes, who did it back in 2002 when I was in 11th grade. All right, McCaffrey is breaking ankles every single week, and even this weekend, he went airborne.
He leaps and somersaults into the end zone for the touchdown.
Look, I'm not a big fan of the hurdle, but even I have to admit, this was nice. He even got an MJ shrug from the new kid, quarterback Kyle Allen. Christian's big day was cool and all, but it did put an end to our favorite mania of all year, Minshew Mania. He took an L, but he balled. He did his best. It just wasn't enough in Carolina. Gardner couldn't touch CMC. It was the mustache versus the muscle, and the muscle prevailed. All right, over to New York, or actually New Jersey, where Danny Drip, trademark, walked in looking like the tallest intern in the history of Office Max. Yeah, the I have a midterm later swag is starting to pick up steam, but as the weeks go on, Danny Dimes is starting to look like a rookie quarterback more and more. And guess what? In a short week, he takes on the New England Patriots. And I'm sure Tom Brady, for one, is excited to be taking on the Giants without Eli Manning. Get ready for the swag champ, Tom. Okay, so it looks like next week, Danny Dimes' clothes won't be the only picks we'll be highlighting on the Trend Zone. Ugh. Hot take.
Welcome to the 2014 NFL Draft. The Oakland Raiders select Khalil Mack. He plays with intensity, energy, and I think he's going to be an all-pro.
Sacked by Khalil Mack.
Defensive Player of the Year.
Let's go.
Khalil Mack is headed to the Bears.
We had a standoff with the contract, and we could not come to terms. The Bears made us an offer that we thought was really unique. We made a decision, and we're going to stand by it.
I want to be the best at what I do. That's just me. That's what comes with Mack.
Welcome to Chicago, big boy.
Immediate return.
He makes the entire team better.
Unstoppable. Boom. Khalil Mack just happened.
All right, let's go.
I don't know why they paid you $144 million.
Now across the pond to London, bruv. That's a terrible British accent, but Khalil Mack and the Bears battled it out against the Raiders, and everybody was looking forward to seeing the return of the Mack, the Khalil Mack revenge game, where we all expected him to eat Derek Carr. But it was actually the Raiders who got the last laugh. That's right, John Gruden, for one, was super excited of how his defense played, who had 4 sacks in a game for the first time since Khalil Mack left before 2018. And here is actually how Gruden celebrated the win.
Oh yeah, I don't have a disco, but let's all start dancing. Let's say this, man. I'm 56 years old. That's the most fun I've ever had tonight. I'm so proud of you. You have no idea. I mean, we've been through a roller coaster already, but what you proved today is one thing. You can beat anybody, anywhere, on any time zone. You got we're going to have a great flight home. We have some injuries. I want everybody to have a great bye week. You have the whole week off.
Love y'all, man, so much. Now let's get home. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Now we go from one excited coach to one who is heated on the sideline and still learning this whole showing emotions thing.
They have the Jason Garrett unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
All right, Jason Garrett actually got flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct, but it wasn't because he slammed his challenge flag. It was because he didn't clap 3 times and tell the ref, we got this, like he does in every situation. Anyway, the Cowboys couldn't complete the comeback against Green Bay, and before the game, Jerry Jones said that Dak Prescott reminded him of Tom Brady, which had all of us asking, what the heck are you talking about? Well, our producers here at the Trend Zone took it upon themselves to figure out how exactly these two stack up. One similarity that we found was that they both have logos, and both of their logos have numbers. So they use the same communication system, which is cool. So that's one thing in common. Number 2, they were both drafted. Yes, Tom Brady was a 6th-round pick, and Dak Prescott was a 4th rounder, which means Dak is better than Tom there. Jerry Jones, you might be onto something. Lastly, fashion. Dak rocks bow ties, which is old school, but we love it. Tom, he's known to wear some weird stuff. We'll put it that way. We're going to give the advantage to Dak. Jerry Jones, you're right. Pay him Tom Brady money. No? All right. All right, on to Minnesota, where there was a ton of headlines and conversation around quarterback Kirk Cousins. There was some controversy between him and the receiving corps. Adam Thielen said, you need to throw it downfield. Kirk Cousins apologized. Stephon Diggs said, I'm out of here, so I'm not coming to practice. But they didn't end up trading him, so he had to play, okay? He played against the Giants, and the Vikings and Kirk honored him by throwing him the very first pass of the game. Then they honored Adam Thielen by throwing him the next 15. So, needless to say, things might be getting better in the receiver room. And when the Vikings scored, they celebrated without Kirk Cousins after the first TD, which is good because we've all seen Kirk dance. It's not pretty. And contrary to popular belief, Diggs is still happy to be there. Well, kinda. Take a look.
You want to be in Minnesota?
Yeah, I want to be in Minnesota.
Maybe the wink means he wants to play for the Timberwolves. I don't know. Well, Deshaun Watson was at it again in his post-game presser. Last week, he took heat for his offensive answer to a question. Well, guess what? He's at it again, and we got the footage.
Deshaun, last week you broke down the Panthers defense and what they were doing. Can you break down the Falcons defense this week and what allowed you guys to have so much success, specifically when targeting Will Fuller?
Yeah, I mean, they play a lot of different variations. Played a lot of diamond front, which is diamond front is if 5 across the center is you know, the 2 guards up, got the 2 wide ends and then, you know, you got the linebacker and then sometimes they play man, sometimes they drop and play they do a little zone, they try to do it, you know, and their pressure was to bring the star, press them and cap but I just threw hot both times.
Maybe this is the kickoff to the Deshaun Watson YouTube explainer video series. I, for one, am all for it. And check this out. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Here's a grandma rocking a Tupac shirt. Well, I actually don't have one word for that, but there's no way I was going to do a show and not put this in it. On to other funny things, we got Sam Darnold of the New York Jets. He's still getting over mono. He is still not playing. And Josh McCown is still rookie hazing him and embarrassing him in public. They actually dapped up. And Josh McCown is actually out indefinitely. On to Philly. Remember the fan from a couple weeks ago that was catching babies from a burning building?
My man just started throwing babies out the window. We was catching them, unlike Aguilar and his mishaps. I like to put that out there.
Well, after that video went viral, Nelson Aguilar offered to get the man tickets to a Philadelphia Eagles game. And guess what? He paid the piper. Here he is at a tailgate for the Eagles game, catching more babies, unlike Aguilar. All right, now it's time to show some love to my CFL alumni, Duke Williams, who led the CFL in receiving a year ago. He made his debut for the Buffalo Bills and capped it off by scoring a game-winning touchdown. I love it. Shout out to the CFL to NFL pipeline. My first year in the league, I didn't catch any touchdowns. I actually didn't catch that many in my career. So shout out to you, Duke. Keep the trend going. No pun intended. Time now for our Strong Side Social Check-In presented by Mercedes-Benz. Strong Side lives at the intersection of all things women and football, highlighting women in and around the game and all the off-field stories they want to see. Here are a couple posts from the weekend. Follow @StrongSideNFL on Twitter and Instagram. We got Deshaun Watson running out for the Texans, meeting his mom, Deanne, who's a cancer survivor. She got to kick off the Texans' crucial catch month on the field with her son as an honorary captain. And Deshaun went crazy on the field. No coincidence there. There goes my president attending the Packers-Cowboys game. Ellen, that's right. She was in the house enjoying the festivities. Man, what a good one. Next, we got Dak Prescott dapping up Sarah Thomas. Real recognized real. She called me on more than one occasion for offensive pass interference, but I still love her. All right, one of my NFL media colleagues, wide receiver Steve Smith, was inducted into the Carolina Panthers Hall of Fame this weekend. Steve, who was known to be a talker, and to be honest, was one of my favorite receivers of all time, had an incredible speech at halftime and ended it in the fashion that only you would expect Steve Smith to do. Check it out.
And so I never thought I'd be able to wear a Carolina Panther jersey ever again. So I thought, for one last time, Now the next step is make sure nobody ever wears this number again. Thank you.
Since Steve was an all-time great character throughout his career, let's take a look back at some of the best characters in NFL history in the latest NFL 100 and 100.
Welcome. How are you?
He's all right, but he's not in top form. He'll be able to play, but he's not in top form, that's all.
Well, he don't have to play, Doc. All he's got to do is kick.
What y'all talking about? Y'all talking about me?
I love me some me. I love me some me. Woo! Woo!
That's off the record, fellas.
I'm gonna hit you hard. You hear me? You hear me? I'm the greatest.
Anybody nervous? Anybody scared?
Tell him Garrett. Tell him Garrett.
Kid, bro, sweets.
Hey, you know you guys, for Christ's sake, you're ruining this game. You make it like a circus.
If you see this face, that means I score.
Well, the gears in that guy's mind didn't mesh for a long time, I'll tell you that.
Well, we didn't block him well, but we made up for it by not tackling.
President, we need a National Guard. We need as many men as you can spare, because we are killing the Patriots.
You asked for it, you got it.
All I want to know if you got your popcorn ready.
Want me to wear those for you? We might as well run it. Yep. Let's run the Bomberooski.
Huh?
Run the Bomberooski.
Boom, they're going deep up, making big plays.
JB, how's my hair look? Pretty strong?
How do I follow that, huh? Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Good to see Steve Smith and Ocho Cinco on the list. Literally my two favorite wide receivers and two characters that make up a lot of my personality. All right, from old school characters to new school characters, we tee off our next segment, Tough Day at the Office. All right, we're down in Houston. You got tight end Darren Fells playing keep away from a Falcons defender, making him look as tall as I am, which is short. So I actually like this. I like when other players look short besides myself. So shout out to you, Fells. Keep doing it. All right, next we got Pittsburgh Steelers running back Jalen Samuels rolling out and throwing one of the worst INTs I've ever seen. What are we doing here, Pittsburgh? Nothing screams confidence in your offense like having your running back throw rollout interceptions. Tough day at the office for you, Samuels. I get it. It's not your fault. All right, next we got Lamar Jackson, who is becoming a regular occurrence here on Tough Day at the Office. He's rolling out. There's a defender. He gets punched in the face. You don't see a TJ Watt get stiff-armed to the ground very often. I don't know. The Watt brothers are going to have the group chat lit up after this. And Jackson, look at that. He's a true gentleman. Knock someone over, help him up. Tough day at the office for the Watt brother and the poor lady on the sideline. Next, Carl Granderson does one of the worst worms I've ever seen in the history of dancing. Shout out to him. He gets the sack on Jameis Winston. Halfway through, he decides, I'm going to do a reverse worm that I've clearly never practiced, and I'm not even exactly sure the instructions. Tough day at the office for Granderson. Good sack, bad dance. All right, next we got Aaron Jones in Dallas taunting Byron Jones as he runs by him in the end zone. He waves to him. This is the third taunt we've seen this year. We had Watson last week. We had Lamar Jackson taunting his own tight end, which was weird. And now we got Aaron Jones. Defenders, if you don't want him taunting you, you should probably stop him. All right, next we talked about him. Run CMC. Tough day at the office for all of the Jacksonville defenders who were trying to tackle him. He was putting everybody in the blender, had everyone on skates. Honestly, we could do a whole rip of this segment with just Christian McCaffrey. Look at this. Just, whoop! Oh my gosh, please. Don't watch the highlights. It's embarrassing. We got Dawson Knox, who attempts the hurdle, doesn't commit, and he pays the ultimate price. If helmet to helmet is 15 yards, whatever this elbow to whatever is should be a 50-yard penalty. This is the ultimate tough day at the office for Dawson Knox. Oh my gosh, somebody outlaw hurdling ASAP. All right, so check this out. Former Raven, current Packer, Zadarius Smith did something on Sunday to taunt former great Ray Lewis. That's right, Ray Lewis was on Inside the NFL and talked about how the Packers didn't have any leadership. So what happened? Zadarius gets the first sack of the game, and he does the Ray Lewis dance. And this is not his first time doing this dance, as you can tell from the video. You see, when I played, if you did the Ray Lewis dance, there were consequences. So shout out to you, Zadarius. You clearly don't give a F. All right, that does it. I am Hawk, and this has been the Trend Zone presented by Mercedes-Benz. We are back here next week, same time, same place. Peace.